Ever tried looking for a book by an African author? It is either out of print, nowhere online, or costs more than a month of groceries. And there's a reason. And no, it's not just bad business. This is black ink, red tape, African publishing, and the war on African thought. Let's break it down. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Yeah. Hi, I'm SegoB, and this is SegoB Breaks It Down, where we break it down one crazy thing at a time. African books are disappearing, and it's not because they weren't brilliant. They were just not profitable for someone. Most African literature is printed in short runs of few thousand copies, and then it's gone. Publishers cite low demand, and then they just stop printing. But here's the thing, the demand is manufactured, often by limiting distributions, keeping books off shelves, or just pricing them so high that the ordinary African can't afford it. Isn't about a lack of creativity. It is about a system that fails its creators. It's not that the stories aren't being written, it's that they're not being kept alive and sometimes not even introduced at all. Global publishing is dominated by primarily five big companies, and all of them are in the West. That means what the world reads, learns, is filtered through the Western lens. And African authors are, oh gosh, and African authors are expected to write from pain caused by traumas and always trying to explain ourselves to outsiders. The system favors stories about war, poverty, and struggle. Oh, the poverty gone. Think from joy, complexity, and normalcy. We are people. And the editorial power? Also Western. If your story doesn't resonate with New York or London, then it is not printed. African stories are filtered through Western expectations. If it does not sell in New York or London, then it is not told at all. Let's talk about the exodus. Many African thinkers and writers have to leave the continent. Literary residencies and publishing contracts are more accessible from the diaspora. But there's a trade-off. The audience changes, the tone changes, the language changes. Most African literature is published in English or French, not in Igbo, Swahili, Sizulu, or Setswana. To be read, the African thinker must first leave. To be heard, she must first change her language. But it's not all doom and dust jackets. There is a quiet revolution underway. Across Africa, writers and publishers are reclaiming their power digitally. Okada Books and Cassava Republic are cutting out the middleman. They are offering direct-to-reader access. Projects like Chimurenga and African Books Collective, digitizing forgotten text, amplifying radical ideas. Libraries are going online and platforms are reaching rural areas. Audiobooks are gaining more traction in local dialects. There's even African Book Talk, where African writers and publishers speak on TikTok. Really should get on that one. African stories are finding their way home, bit by bit. I'll tell you why I feel strongly about this. So, okay, I made a resolution, a New Year's resolution. I would be reading more fiction, but the plan was to read more African, be exposed to more African authors, because I was like, I can count a couple of international authors, but off the top of my head, I am not sure about African authors, and I actually went on Book Talk and I asked one African author, a young lady. I will link her TikTok below, and I said if I wanted to start reading fiction, African authors, what would you recommend? And she gave me a recommendation. I'll put the video after here. And if you would like to have like a little book club, nyana, on my page, if you don't mind, just let me know. I will put the books here and the list that she gave me, and then we'll go through them, and then I'll start doing reviews if you would like. Yeah. African thought has always been revolutionary, and for that reason, it's always been suppressed and ignored, always being buried under tons and tons of bureaucracy. Stories are stubborn things. The ink may fade, but the messenger never dies. Well, that is it for me for today. Please leave your comment. Tell me what is your favorite book by an African author. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and join us next time when we break it down one crazy thing at a time. Bye, guys.